Hi everyone! Welcome to Souped Up Recipes. I'm Mandy. Today we're making beef stir-fried rice. This is Chaozhou style, which is a city in the south of China. I'll explain that as we're cooking. This is a perfect dinner recipe because it's quick, easy, and super delicious. Let's get right into it.
This is half of a slab of sirloin tip steak. The whole one looks like this. It is about ½ inch thick and weighs about ½ pound. Cut it into 1/3 of an inch thick strips. Then dice the strips into cubes. Normally, I prefer to use ribeye steak as it delivers a rich, buttery, beefy flavor, but it seems like there is a shortage of beef lately. I couldn't get any ribeye steak today. Sirloin tip is a much tougher cut, but we will use some baking soda in the marinade to tenderize the beef. Besides that, you can also use strip steak and flank steak. Marinate the beef with 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1½ teaspoon of dark soy sauce, some white pepper to taste, and some baking soda. Baking soda will break down the tough meat fiber. That's how it tenderizes the meat. This is Chinese broccoli, or what we call jielan in Mandarin. It is a leafy green that has quite a thick stem and a small group of flower in the center. Dice the stem part into thin rounds. Jielan tastes similar to regular broccoli, but it has a slight touch of mustard flavor. If you can't find it, regular broccoli will do just fine, or you can use broccolini, which is a hybrid of broccoli and Chinese broccoli. Separate the leaf and the stem because they take different time to cook. This is caipu, Chaozhou style preserved daikon radish. Make sure you get the one that is preserved with salt because there is another kind that is preserved with sugar. Don't get that one. Finally, dice it. Caipu has a strong umami taste and a crunchy texture. It is salty, so don't put too much. 2 to 3 tablespoons is plenty. If you don't have it, feel free to skip it, or you can use other kinds of crunchy pickled vegetables, such as 榨菜, 酸菜, 酸豆角. Just take a look and see what's available in your local Asian market. Besides that, I also diced 1 small carrot, 1 tablespoon of garlic, and 1 teaspoon of ginger.
This is jasmine rice that I cooked one day ahead. You can use leftover rice from the takeout box. If you don't have leftover rice, you can check this video to learn how to make rice for fried rice.
Crack 2 eggs and beat them well. Chinese stir-fry recipes are very quick. Usually when the heat is on, everything will be done in like 5 minutes. Therefore, I like to gather all the seasonings together ahead of the time. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon of satay sauce. This is a significant ingredient in Chaoshan cuisine. I don't know any replacement, but fried rice is very flexible, so you are free to use other flavor base, such as sriracha, sambal chili sauce, chili oil, hoisin sauce, or curry paste. Last, add some freshly ground white pepper to taste. You can use black pepper if you want. Mix well and set the sauce aside. Turn the heat to high and heat the wok until smoking hot. Add 1½ tablespoon of oil and swirl it around to cover the bottom. Pour in the beaten egg. Wait for it to set. Then use the spatula to break the egg into smaller pieces. Turn off the heat. Remove the egg from the wok. Turn the heat back on high. Add more oil to the wok, along with the beef. Spread it out and let it pan fry on one side for about 30 seconds. Give the beef a few flips so you can sear the other side. When using a gas stove, the area where it contacts the flame is hotter than the center. That is why I line up the beef into a circle so it can cook evenly. Keep stirring until the beef looks charred on the surface. Turn off the heat. Remove the beef to the side. Make sure you tilt the wok so you can leave the oil behind. Turn the heat back on low. We will use that oil to saute the garlic, ginger, caipu, carrot, and the stem part of the Chinese broccoli. Stir for a couple of minutes or until the vegetables are cooked through. Switch the heat to high and add the day-old rice. Stir this for a few minutes. A lot of people don't know how to cook fried rice in a carbon steel wok because starch like to stick to the metal badly. There are only 2 tricks. First, make sure your rice is not too wet. Second, the heat needs to be on high. This way, the rice can be seared immediately when it touches the wok so it doesn't stick, even if you stir it constantly. When you see that some of the rice grains are dancing and jumping in the wok, that is the time to pour in the sauce. The seasoning in this recipe is more like a paste, so I'm able to add it all at once. If you are making a different fried rice with quite a lot of liquid sauce, you should add it in batches so it doesn't drop down the temperature suddenly, or else the rice will stick to the wok right away. Keep stirring until the seasonings are well mixed. Introduce the egg and the beef back to the wok. Oh, don't forget the leafy part of the Chinese broccoli. Keep mixing until all the greens are wilted. You should always give it a taste before serving to adjust the flavor. I made this many times, so I know it's going to be perfect. And we are done. I can't wait to give it a try. The satay sauce adds some nuttiness and creaminess to the fried rice. Even though I didn't use my favorite ribeye steak, but the beef still come out tender and juicy with the help of baking soda. I also love the crunchy texture from the jielan stem and the caipu. This is such a healthy and tasty recipe.
I hope you give this a try soon. As always, you can click the link in the description and find the printable recipe. Thank you for watching. This video is sponsored by Souped Up Recipes Carbon Steel Wok. This is the wok that I'm selling, and I am proud to recommend it to you as I have been using it on my channel for years. It is lightweight and it responds to heat changes quickly and evenly. It can also sustain super high temperature without damage. Perfect for wok cooking. If you like Chinese food and you want to learn how to make it at home better than takeout, you definitely need one of these, as it is the most basic cookware in Chinese cuisine. If you want to buy it, the link is in the description. Go check it out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!